computer. And welcome everybody to episode 27 of Moat 9. That's MOAT, the number 9. No Berenstein episode, no weird shit going on. The original sexiness is back. Thank you to your cousin. Did he even listen to his own episode? Do you know?
Probably not.
Probably
No,
not.
I don't know. Maybe.
Another Nathan on the episode on the show, but doesn't watch it. That's right. When we get to like our 1,000 subscribers and whatever, they're gonna be like, oh, can I be on another one? No, hell no. No. Mr. Ambrose, do you need a hug? Do you need a virtual hug? Has it been that kind of day? Do you want to talk? You want to turn this into the therapy
nice
episode?
Warm.
The whiskey's nice and warm.
Yeah.
Nice. It's warming up your soul, your cold heart.
Cheers.
Tink tink. Yeah. So we got quite a bit to cover. Did I send you Instagram stuff? I don't remember.
Yeah. Can you hear that?
Barely. Dunk.
You can hear the dunk.
Yeah. For some reason the music cuts out. I don't know why. I think it's a Zoom thing. That's what I think.
Yeah,
because I don't think it happens when we're live, which we should have been, but Senor bitch ass couldn't make it. Anyway.
Maybe it's this one. Can you hear it?
Yes. Oh, you're trying to do the scream thing? No, what you would need to play is I forget the name of the song, the red right hand or something like that.
Red right hand.
Yes, that one. That song I believe plays in every single movie. It's like the song that the movie is known for.
Can you hear it?
Yes. And it's a good song too. I actually like the song. So I'm mentioning the name of the movie. Don't actually scream, but scream. Me. Okay. I figured you were going to do something. So I watched it, but my partner did not. He has little to no interest in Scream. Is there a particular reason, sir? Or just because it just didn't get your interest?
Just not at all. Did Jennifer Love Hewitt come out?
No, I know what you did last summer. So it couldn't care less. Huh?
So now you know.
Couldn't care less. So if somebody finds a way
I saw the first one, and maybe the second one, but it's been so long. I don't know. I just don't.
Are you a fan of horror movies to begin with?
Yeah, because I like Freddy, Jason,
Okay.
Michael Myers, all that stuff. But these remakes that they've been doing are really campy, and they're not even that thrilling. I'm more of a Texas Chainsaw Massacre type.
Okay. Are you gonna watch the new one?
It's already on Netflix, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I think they released it on Netflix already, so I'll probably watch that one. More than likely, yeah.
I'll probably end up watching it as well, but it's already getting really shitty reviews. Back to Scream.
How many installments is there for one?
There are 5.
When did the first one come out?
First one, I believe, was 97. I believe it was 97 and then 99 or 2000. And then there was a big gap in between. I can't remember for sure, but there's 4 of them. I want to say the first 2 came out pretty close together. The third one took a little while. The fourth one took a really long while. And then the fifth one took a really long while. Like between 3 and 4 and 4 and 5, I think is like a 10-year gap.
Wow.
It's something crazy. Yeah. One, of course, the original, really good. If you like Freddy, you should go back and rewatch it because it's also Wes Craven. The second one, what?
Part 1?
Yeah, Well, I
The
think all of
first
them
one was
actually. I think all four are Wes
or
Craven.
Wes Craven.
Yeah, and then he passed away in 2015, so he wasn't part of this last one. But they do have a tribute to him at the end, like for Wes. As a matter of fact, there's a character in this one named Wes, and it's in honor of him. But
Cool.
it's they got progressively worse, like most sequels do, and this one was probably the worst one of them. But I like the movies, so I'm biased. I would give it, since we're doing the rating, but you're not doing yours. I would probably still give it a 7. I know that's pretty
I would
bad.
give it a 5.5.
Yeah. You should probably give it
Without-
like a 4.5, because it's like I wouldn't even watch it, not even once.
No, but you know what? If I had a little bit more time to kill this week, I would have watched it because I knew you were gonna watch it. I didn't have the time to put it in there.
You didn't have time to get it in. Nice.
Yeah. Unlike other things, but yeah, like I said, I like the first couple, but I'm just not,
Yeah, I get you. There's just certain movies that it just doesn't seem to pique an interest enough to say, yeah, I'm gonna watch it. Come to think of it, a lot like Rick and Morty.
Segue.
Yeah, so I accepted Ambrose's challenge. I didn't just do the 3-episode rule for the show. I did 4 episodes, 4 whole episodes, and each one was about an hour and a half.
No, they weren't.
They were an hour and a half in boring time. In regular time, they were 20 minutes each.
Oh, that's not good.
Torture time, they were about an hour and a half. Dude, I just and I figured out what the main thing is. When I watched them, I was playing Apex Legends with my nephew and his friend was super gassy because he had just ate something, I don't know what. The burping and practically throwing up every like 2 minutes from Rick gets fucking annoying. No, I can't. My nephew was telling me though that
with all
go ahead.
It does kind of like go away.
Okay, that might be part of it as well, because he said kind of that, and he said wait until later. He said the first season is a little, the second, third they get more into backstory, and it gets way better.
Yes, yeah, that's the thing. It is. He is very gassy.
Mm-hmm.
And excuse the dogs, the rat poison hasn't kicked in yet. But yeah, he is very gassy to the point where it kind of makes you want to burp.
Oh yeah, kind of. Actually, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Come to think of it, yes, I did. Hearing his, and I was like,
yeah, but it does go away. So I'm glad you watched 4 episodes. I was a little scared because I like it so much.
It's not bad. It's not a bad show. It's just not something that I'm gonna make it a point to watch. I think I might. Do you know how many episodes are in season 1?
10 in every season, and there's 5 seasons right now.
Oh, that's
I'm
it.
Done with the 5th season already.
You know what? I might be able to pull that off
quick.
But anyway,
it's all right. We can just segue into
right. We can cut that out and just do the other one. Oh my God, Pam and Tommy. How many episodes did you watch?
I think I'm on episode 3 too. I think.
Okay. 3 is the one where they're showing the backstory of the guy that stole the video.
Okay.
Like they're showing what happened to him, why he ended up, like what happened mainly between him and the chick that kind of screws him over.
Okay, I didn't see that one yet.
So then you're not on episode 3. Where it ended was where Pam and Tommy are flying back from Mexico and they're like all awkward. Like, so what's your favorite movie? Like they don't know shit about each other.
That's where I think I ended it.
That's the end of episode 2.
Okay, so then I went into episode 3.
So then I just spoiled episode 3 for you. Don't worry, dude. It's annoying you, but it doesn't come out very loud on this end.
Okay.
It's not too bad. I can imagine that it's super annoying on your end though.
So yeah, so that's where it ended because they were like, oh yeah, so French fries.
Yeah, French fries are is her favorite food.
But I watched episode 3, but I fell asleep halfway.
Okay, that's like probably what it was. You probably don't remember the first half because you were falling asleep. In the second half, you were completely asleep.
Yeah.
I got you. That makes sense. Thoughts so far?
It's easy, but it just kind of just gets a little bit worse every minute that passes by. And
and it's interesting that you put it that way, because the way that I say that Rick and Morty, it's 20 minutes, but it feels like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
This show is about 45 minutes, but they go by quick. I don't know why. I'm not like super interested in it. And I'm like, oh, I'm just watching and I'm watching. And then I'm like, it ended. What the hell? Like, it's going by pretty quick. I think seeing Sebastian Stan as Tommy Lee is entertaining enough that it's her. I'm not a big fan of Pamela Anderson to begin with. And she's playing the character so well that I can't stand her either.
Really?
But it's not her. It's not her acting. It's just that she's doing a really good job of playing Pamela Anderson.
Yeah.
I don't like Seth Rogen, so he's not his normal self, so that's kind of a plus. But it does have, and I don't know his real name, but the guy that always has the mustache,
Parks and Rec,
Pouring King. Yeah, I like that guy. So
yeah, he's funny.
Andrew Dice Clay comes out and, well, shit, you haven't seen that episode yet. Sorry, spoiler. Andrew Dice Clay's in this. Andrew Dice Clay.
Yeah. Hickory Dickory Dock. No. What does he say? Little Boy Blue.
Yeah, that fucking guy. It's interesting, and when I started it, I was like, I'm not gonna watch fucking 8-9 episodes. Like, it doesn't seem their story is not that interesting to make it more than a 2-hour movie. Like, I don't see how, but they're actually pulling it off pretty well. They're going into backstory of the guy that took it, how that whole thing happened and stuff. And it's interesting enough. I was telling Cinda that if I like movies about musicians, but this is more a movie of reality celebrities. So if you're into that kind of show or movie, this is right up your alley. If you're looking for a Motley Crue movie, like documentary kind of movie, go watch The Dirt. Don't watch this.
Exactly. Yeah, because this is more just Pam and Tommy, their actual story, and how their sex tape got leaked.
Right.
And how much of an asshole fucking Tommy Lee is. I was like, holy shit, dude.
I'm pretty sure they turned it up a notch. I'm pretty sure he's gonna have a comment about, like, I'm not that much of an asshole. I mean, he's your stereotypical 80s rock star.
Yeah.
So
with money,
with money. Yeah. So
whatever the fuck he wants.
But yeah, I'll definitely keep watching. It's got me. I didn't think I would be interested. Like, I was sitting here last night, so like, what do I need? What else should I watch so that we can talk about more about Rick and Morty? Should we talk more about Yellowstone? I actually put on Pam and Tommy. It caught my interest enough to where I was like, I'm gonna put that on.
You just like to see Sebastian Stan in his thong,
dude. Oh my god, dude. That's the one thing I told Cindy. I'm like, I need to talk to Ambrose about the shit that he makes me watch, because I can't remember is it in episode 2 where
his penis is talking to himself?
I heard something about it. There was like his penis, blah blah blah. Okay, I'm like, okay, so they're gonna show the penis, fine, whatever. It's like one of the main characters in the fucking original video. And then you said that he has like this monologue with the penis. So I'm like, okay, so he's gonna be talking to his dick, which is already fucking weird. No, his dick is talking back to him. The hole is, oh my god, dude.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
And it's like moving. Oh,
like a snake. I was like, it took me for a loop, because I was all, wait.
Yeah, dude. It's. I don't mind raunchy. You can put on some super dark comedy shit, and I'm gonna laugh at that. Just, I'm like, why? Like, why? I get that, like I said, his dick is like a main character in the videotape, but now you're making him a main character in the movie or the show about the video. I
don't get it.
Like, no.
And see, that's one of the reasons that's kind of like, okay, it's not really like what do you call it? like an actual, story of, what I
Uh-huh.
mean? Because I mean, he can say, "Well, yeah, I talked to my penis and it talks to me," but they actually made it talk back to him
Yeah, like it,
instead of just being like talking to, looking down and be like, "Hey, big guy," whatever. And then in his
right.
head, kind of like talking to himself. But no, this is like his actual penis being like,
Yeah,
"Yeah, man,
right.
I."
Yeah, no, it's so fucking surreal. Hold on. Let me take a quick break. So, well, are you interested enough to keep watching?
I'll keep watching it just because of the Pamela Anderson chick.
She is cute. I'll say that.
Yeah,
I've seen I when I was watching it, I was like, she kind of looks like her too. So I looked up pictures of Lily James,
I
and
think so.
she doesn't look the same. Like I don't know if they did some kind of makeup job or something, but she
They said that they put a lot of time into getting her face and her hair the same,
okay.
to the point where they even did a prosthetic, like this prosthetic. Her boobs are like a
Oh, okay.
a shell or some shit,
Right.
so it would look the same. So it's not even her boobs.
I
Yeah,
If that was the case, I'd figure they would have gone bigger because I think Pamela Anderson looked bigger from
yeah.
what I remember.
And then eventually she came out. She got a breast reduction or some shit like later on.
Huh, interesting. I didn't know that. I thought it was her. I thought it was really her the whole time.
Yeah.
Huh, interesting. So, all right, we'll keep watching. All right, let's get into this one because I think this one should go pretty quick because I don't think either one of us were super bleh about it. But I want you back.
I want you back. Doon, doon, doon.
What's his name?
Instant,
Charlie Day.
that
See,
instant.
and that's the thing. I don't know. I don't know that
Yeah.
one. Or I'd have to hear it. But
It's on
Charlie
your
Day,
playlist.
right. It
Spotify.
probably is because of Cinda. She liked NSYNC or Backstreet Boys. I can't remember. I always make fun of her and I always get it wrong. But Charlie Day from Always Sunny in Philadelphia, which I love that show. So I was like, I'll watch it. He's funny. He's not his usual character, but it's
No, he's not.
still funny enough.
Yeah.
The chick was surprising. Not that I didn't expect her to be funny, but she was funnier than I thought she was going to be. Like I
Yeah.
enjoyed watching her banter and shit. Um, I saw it so long ago. I'm trying to piece it together. Who's the boyfriend or the guy? I can't remember. Oh, it's Eastwood's son. I forget his first name. Hank, Peter, Charlie,
Quill,
Quinn,
Scott,
Scott
Eastwood.
Eastwood.
Yeah.
He did better than how could I describe it? I tried to tell Cinda and I couldn't put it into words either. So I'm going to give you the choppy, stupid version that I gave her. He is a lot better at comedy than I thought he was going to be,
Yeah.
but whoever was directing him was forcing him too much. Like they forced
Okay.
it, like kind of like the Chris Hemsworth character in Ghostbusters. Like
Yeah.
he's already funny, but they misused him.
Exactly. Yeah. I think. Yeah. Yeah. I think so.
But who's the girl?
Gina
Oh,
Rodriguez.
yeah, she didn't seem to fit somehow. I don't know.
No,
I don't know
I
what
don't
it
think so
was.
either.
I don't
What
know if
did she
she's
come on?
I don't know. She's in some
Awake. Remember that movie
Virgin.
Awake?
Going back to I Want You Back. It's her, Scott Eastwood, Charlie Day, and the other chick that I don't remember. Um, it should not have been 2 hours. It should
Yeah.
definitely not have been 2 hours.
Not at all.
It's pretty good, but what I would say, and I'm gonna forget. Oh, if I'm in the mood for a romantic comedy, kind of like this one, I would much rather watch When We First Met or what's the name of that movie? The Wrong Molly. I'd have to look it up, but it's with David Spade and a thin chick where he's hooking up with this one girl and he gets her number and he invites her on a trip and it turns out he messages the wrong person with the same name. So he takes this other chick and he can't get rid of her. It's actually really funny. Like I actually really enjoy that movie. But I'd rather watch that or When We First Met than watch this again. It's not bad, but if I'm gonna watch that kind of movie. And it was pretty good. It had the heartfelt moment, the moment at the end where I like the way they ended it, the way that he puts the mask on and then they just cut.
Yeah.
That I thought was a really cool ending. Like,
So wasn't that was one of the questions that she had proposed to what's his face, right?
they somewhere they're talking about your oxygen buddy, and
Yeah.
she's making the argument that she's gonna put it on the other person first because she cares about him that much. And he's like,
Exactly.
no, you put it on yourself, because if you pass out, you can't help anybody.
Exactly.
So when that happens, that he looks and puts it on her first, like that was actually really, really heartfelt. It was really cool. The fact that they ended it that way rather than showing them actually get together, it's just like
Nice little cliffhanger.
yeah, it's insinuating that they got back together or they got together. So
Yeah.
I like the way they did that. Your thoughts?
I mean, I liked it. It was a nice little rom-com-y ish.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like full rom-com, which kind of was, but it wasn't. I felt like it felt a little like forced to be like, well, we want to, you know, to get them back, so you're gonna do this and I'm gonna do that, and that's the way it's gonna work. But in the end, you already knew that they were gonna kind of hook up and be
Mm-hmm.
together. You know what I
Right.
mean? So like, all right, we know where this is going.
Right.
So it's kind of like weird. I think the most the funniest part was when she was like, "Well, I want to have a threesome," and that dude's like, "Yeah, let's do it,"
Right.
down, you know,
Yeah,
and
that
then
whole
she's
scene.
like, exactly. But that's not for
So
eternity.
rating, where would you put it?
I give it a 6 because I'm never gonna watch it again.
Probably, I'd say even maybe a 6.5, because I probably won't watch it again. Like I said, I'd
Well,
rather watch The Wrong Missy or When We First Met, but it was good. Like, I didn't
yeah,
regret seeing it. It was good. Like, it's not 2 hours worth, and it's not something I'd watch again because I have other options. But
I'm just
I
glad
don't
I watched
regret.
it in 2 parts.
That would help. So
It
if you're
did.
gonna watch I Want You Back, watch it in 2 parts. That'll
Yeah,
help.
even if
An
we
hour
both
here, an
read.
hour there, you're good. Because two
Yeah.
hours, yeah, that was kind of brutal. So segueing into Nightmare Alley.
Wow. Okay.
Ooh.
Now,
Let's start off with ratings and then justify it.
um,
I'm gonna be surprised at this one.
6.
Wow. To be fair, probably about the first half, I was probably the same way. I'm like, by the time it got to the second or third act or whatever, like the peak or whatever,
Yeah.
I'd say I want to give it a 7.5, but I think that might be no, I'd probably give it like a 7.5. I actually really like looking at it as a whole.
Yeah.
I really liked it.
I mean, turning your brain off and not worrying about the production. The production
Nah,
values.
I'm going to disagree there because I think the production actually was really good. I think the visuals and stuff for a neo noir film, I
Yeah.
think they were actually really good. I think they pulled off exactly. Actually, that brings me to a point, and I was actually really excited about watching this or reviewing this movie because I thought of something, and I finally pinpointed why exactly I hate Tim Burton. Yes, I fucking segued into Tim Burton. Okay, so the way that this movie seems that Guillermo del Toro and whoever else was producing it, they seem to be fans of noir films and they wanted to make a noir movie. That's to me what fucking Tim Burton does. Tim Burton was the goth kid that was rejected in high school. Like, they didn't want him to be part of the goth group.
Yeah.
So now he's desperately trying to make goth movies rather than just being goth and making good movies. Does that make sense? Like, he's
Yeah.
trying really hard to make goth movies rather than just saying, this is who I am. I'm going to make this kind of movie.
Yeah.
And that's the problem that I had with Tim Burton. And this one kind of felt that way a little bit, but they did a better job of making a noir film than
Yeah.
Tim Burton makes goth films.
The way the production of this reminded me of like HBO, 11 o'clock, middle of the night. There's not showing anything B movie, even a C movie.
Yeah.
And that's where, because it wasn't really like visually, it didn't, to me, it didn't seem like it was, I don't know, it just seemed like it was filmed like on a regular camera.
Yeah.
It wasn't like on a like high def or some shit. It was just like
Right.
kind of like soap opera-y, like soap opera-ish type of, camera feel. That's
Right.
what kind of like I got from it. And that's what I really didn't get into it so much because of that, because it looks so fake. But I don't know if that's what they were trying to go for, is kind of make it look realistic.
I don't think they're going for realistic. That's the other thing that I was going to say. For anybody that's a fan of just movies in general and just wants to see a Guillermo del Toro movie, you're going to be disappointed. You're going to be pretty badly disappointed. But if you are a fan of noir films, you're gonna really enjoy it, because if you go back, if put your mindset in this, do you remember like the way that they make fun of it, or if you've even actually seen the movies where it's just like a detective, a PI sitting in his office, like drinking alcohol out of a coffee cup, and I was there enjoying my whiskey and my cup, blah blah blah, and then she walked in, and then shows a girl with the hat, and oh my god, he beats me, and that's where the story progressed. That's exactly what a noir film is, and that's exactly what they were trying to do. And in that sense, I think they pulled it off amazingly. Like, if you're a fan of noir films, you're gonna love this movie.
So I think that I was getting that type of like feel of it. I thought it was going to be like more. It was kind of like, because how the carnival was and how they did. It kind of showed you like the insights of the carnival.
Right.
and sideshows, basically sideshows. That's what it all is sideshows, right?
Right.
So, you know what I mean? And I always like stuff like that. So that's what kind of interests me, was like, okay, it has this sideshow-esque type of movie, which always interests me. You know what I mean?
So you were thinking it was going to be more like American Horror Story freak show?
Yeah, kind of like that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I kind of got that feel of it.
Right.
But then it was more of his story and his, basically the story of the guy and why he got there.
It definitely felt again too long. Like, I think they showed all that stuff and like his progression so that you get a sense of what type of person he really is. But they could have done it in a shorter time span and still had the second half of the movie and had the same effect. So that I will say, it is a little drawn out, too drawn out. But like I said, if you're going into it like Ambrose did, and kind of like I did, I was expecting something different, and then I read actually right before we started the movie that it's supposed to be a neo-noir film. So I'm like, so it's going to be that. So I was kind of prepared for it, but I was expecting something else. So if you go into it that way, you're going to be disappointed.
Yeah, you see, and I didn't hear anything about that. So that's basically one of the reasons I didn't know that it was going to be that type of film. So if I would have known before, then I would have expected it. But since I didn't know, it kind of threw me through a loop, and I was just like, okay, that's not what I was expecting.
So you're going to stick with what'd you give it, a 6?
I gave it okay, I'll move it up to like a 7. Only because I had just forgotten about the ending, but it kind of like, it came full circle. So with that, I'm like, okay, then
it bumps it up to
I'll give it a 7. I won't watch it again. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. So Peacemaker. Let's do obviously the episode first, and then the overall season.
So I think this episode, especially with the cow and the very end. Oh my god,
dude! And that's what I was gonna say. Let's talk about the episode, the season, and then we can talk about the end, because I think we're gonna fucking geek out about the end.
I know, right?
So the episode itself, it was good. I think a very little bit, tiny bit. It had the thing where they blew their wad a little bit, and so this is just tying things up. So it wasn't as great as the previous episodes, but still good, still funny. Fucking Vigilante is fucking hilarious.
Right?
The overall story arc, really cool. Yeah. If I have a complaint, because I always do,
Always.
I forget her name, but the black chick,
from Orange is the New Black.
Yeah, Juicy.
He's a big Juicy.
Bro, like I get it. You don't want to be part of the life, whatever. But then all of a sudden, she turns into John Wick.
Well,
All of a
that's
sudden,
the thing.
she's tumbling and she's shooting behind her. And I'm like, bro,
Well, she even said that she was like a specialist, like in the first couple episodes, because they kept
that
asking her
kind of a
where she.
specialist.
Yeah, she even said that. She's like, I'm a specialist in this and this and that, and you know what I mean. I ranked in this and this and that. So she
Oh,
did.
okay. Well, I'll have to
Yeah,
go
so they
back
did
and
call her out in the first couple episodes because they're like, "Well, what are you doing here? You know, you're just a spy." She's like, "No, I'm this, and I'm a specialist in that, and all this bullshit." So she
oh,
did kind of
okay.
like, she did say that she was. You know what I
Okay, I
mean?
guess maybe I didn't pay attention to that part. I don't think it was this episode. I want to say it was like last episode or 2 episodes ago where they're
Yeah,
talking about how Batman is a dick.
yeah,
Dude, oh my god, I lost my shit at that part. It's like, dude, he all he does is capture them and then put them in prison so they can break out and kill people again. The guy's such a dick. And I'm like, oh my god, dude. I hate to say it, but ever since I heard that theory, it kind of broke my love for Batman. I'm like, damn it, that's true. How many people are dead because he won't fucking kill the Joker?
right.
But
But I mean, this last episode was really good.
mhm.
The past couple episodes are really good.
Uh,
Uh,
the whole thing has been. I don't think there's been a weak episode in the whole thing, really.
no, it just John Cena, Vigilante, Hardcore,
Mhm.
and
I
I mean,
forget
I
his
guess
name. The geek guy, even his story arc is pretty fucking cool and funny.
right.
Judo master that all he's eating is fucking hot Cheetos all the time.
My gosh, yeah, that kid. I mean, how tall is that dude? Like 5 foot, 4'9".
And probably not even that. He's probably like 4'9", 4'10".
My gosh, John Cena had him on his shoulders. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
dude.
I mean, the story's good. You know what I mean? It kind of like still played in the same like storyline as like Suicide Squad. You know how they
Right.
have their certain type of show, certain type of like characters, and it's still
Mm-hmm.
kind of played along the same way.
Yeah.
You know, so I
Yep.
think that all that together was really good. Um, but freaking John Cena, man, I mean his uh his story arc, you know what I mean, of
Mm-hmm.
where he started to where he ended and killing his
Dude,
dad.
and it got deep. It got
Yeah,
like him dealing with all that shit and then having to kill his own dad. Like a lot of people are like, well, fuck that. But dude, that's still your dad. Like he had his hopes and dream, thinking that he's the one that killed his brother, and just
yeah,
with that, like they did a really good job with that storyline, and he did a pretty good job of conveying all that emotion.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah, and the
I
the,
think
the comedy, of course, and he's pretty good at so.
I don't know how many like it's like when you remember movies and you're always quoting the lines.
Mhm.
That show has so many like stupid ass quotes. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And it's like, holy crap, you could just I mean, we could probably quote that show up until next season and we could have one for every episode.
yeah, oh yeah. Just the the fact that they keep making fun of the rest of the DC universe, dude, is just fucking. It's like that Aquaman fucks fish. It's like it's totally true.
It's totally
Dude,
true.
the fact that Peacemaker is such a fucking idiot, dude, he's so stupid,
Yeah, Vigilante's like, yeah, like yes. So that's
right?
like you being peacemaker, me being vigilante, and just agreeing with everything that you say. Yeah, what he
Right.
said.
Oh, dude. And, hey, and don't tell V, but you're my human best friend, dude. Okay, so overall season, great. I don't see any flaws really. Like I said, I could probably nitpick it. Like if I go back and look at the list, I could be like, this one
Yeah,
was okay. It was, but I mean, it would be like right in the middle where they're still telling the story, and I can nitpick it that way. But
yeah.
overall, I can't think of an episode just off the top of my head that was weak. They didn't
No,
have a weak episode. Season was great overall. Story arc was great. I'm looking forward to another season. Like I'm definitely gonna watch it when it comes out again, which is funny because I didn't really want to watch it, but
yeah,
thanks to my buddy here,
yep.
yeah, dude, that was shit. Was and of course have to segue into the final. It's not the final scene technically, but most of the Justice League.
Oh my gosh.
Like
I mean,
them
I know
just
that
showing up, I was like, what the fuck? And then that little banter with Barry, and then was like, Aquaman's like, fuck you, Barry. Like, what the fuck?
oh my gosh. And then we were like, that's the thing where he was like, I can't believe they let us put that in there. And then
Mm-hmm.
sure enough, you know what I mean? I was expecting it, waiting and waiting and waiting, like, what is it? What is it? What is it?
Right.
At the very freaking end, he showed us, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I mean, of course they can't show Henry Cavill, and I don't even think Cyborg, the actor, isn't in
no, the Cyborg and Batman aren't there at all.
well, Cyborg was there, right? Oh no, it was
No, it's
Wonder Woman.
Wonder
I'm sorry.
Woman. It's Wonder Woman, Superman,
Flash.
Flash, and Aquaman.
But
Mm-hmm.
of course, they wouldn't. They weren't going to show freaking Henry Cavill's face, and I'm sure Gal Gadot wasn't, in it either. But
I don't know why they didn't. I'd have to look it up to see why they didn't. That I don't see it. They could just digitally put them in somehow, but I don't know. I don't know why they didn't do it, but that
probably because they didn't want to pay them.
probably. But the
You
fact
know?
that they had these other two, and then when they're walking out, that it's yeah, you're not supposed to show up late, dicks.
Yeah,
Dude,
and
that shit.
that's like the culmination of freaking John Cena as a Peacemaker right there. That scene right there is
Mm-hmm.
like that's the Peacemaker. That's what made the series what it is because of the
Yeah,
way he is.
yeah. Uh, I'm a little afraid that because this is doing well and it's actually good, that they might be tempted to do the same with other characters from the Suicide Squad.
You read my freaking mind, dude, because I was like, if they do any other spin-offs, I don't think they're gonna do as well unless they go like even better. It has to be a better production, better I don't know about quality, but it has to the
Yeah,
storyline has to be better than that.
yeah,
They can do something if they go somewhere else and maybe go dark with it rather than comedic,
right.
then I think that it would help another storyline if they go a little bit darker. Because this was
Yeah,
pretty dark, but it wasn't dark to the point where it was, there was no comedy because there was a shitload of comedy and it still had this
it's quite
little
literally a dark comedy.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you're saying they'd have to turn it up on the dark and a little less comedy if they did another one.
Yeah.
So what
So
else? What else? What else? I don't know, dude. That's a great show. I think a lot of people are liking it. I can see it going for another couple of seasons at least. I hope it doesn't
so
lose steam.
so my challenge to you is to learn
Uh-oh.
the dance and do it on TikTok with your Moat 9 shirt. How's that sound?
I think I might be able to pull that off. I
I
think I
send it
might.
to you. Okay.
Um,
Anything else coming out this week?
I don't see
Nothing on
anything.
Disney?
Not that I can think of. We'll have to. We should probably end the episode and then we can talk about that after.
Okay.
So, as always, guys, be good to each other. More importantly, be good to yourselves. I'll learn the Peacemaker dance and
Peace.
Maker. That was so bad.